guys, it's Miss Street again, getting ready to do some third grade fractions with you guys. But I'm going to do my best to connect everything that I'm talking to you guys about with our first grade geometry, measurement and data 2, and our second grade geometry and measurement and data with telling time, because it goes together even with fractions. True story. So let's take a look at our standard. We're looking at 3.NF.1, interpreting fractions with denominators of halves, thirds, fourths, sixths, and eighths as quantities when a whole is partitioned into equal parts. And down here, Miss Street's made my connections. Can you see my finger? Yeah. I just make connections for myself to always try to remember to tie it back to things that we've learned in prior grades. So, if you remember yesterday, our friend Turner was selling some sticks of bubble gum at the county fair, and he wanted our help to make a chart so people could see the different sizes of gum that they could buy. And in our template, it just gave us a rectangle, but Miss Street decided to also make circle discs of gum because why not? And we've been partitioning circles and rectangles in first and second grade. And then I'm going to tie it to the clock too, I think. We'll see how it goes. But first, we're going to subitize, so let me get you guys turned around. Ta-da! Sometimes I don't even know how I do this. Okay. There we go. All right. And let Miss Street get us some music, because, music just makes everything great. All right. Here we go. How many more do we need to make 10? 2. 2 to make 10, 0 left over. The real name is 1 full 10 with 2 left over, and the nickname is 10. 2 to make 10, 1 left over. That's 1 10 and 1 1, 11. How many to make 10? 2 to make 10, 2 left over. The real name for that is 1 10 and 2 1s. Nickname is 12. 2 to make 10, 3 left over. Good. The real name is 1 10 and 3 1s. The nickname is 13. I can see it. 2 to make the 10. Do you notice how it took these two right here, and that's what Miss Street did in my brain. And then I subitized that 4. And we even subitized this morning with kindergarten with Miss Rebecca and Zoe. They were subitizing with that dice as they were playing the number line game. How many to make 10? Ooh. 2 to make 10, and that leaves 3 and 2, so that's 5 left over. The real name is 1 10 and 5 1s. The nickname is 15. Let's do one more. 2 to make 10, and that leaves 4 and 2, so that's 6 left over. Keep in mind the real name for this is 1 10 and 6 1s, because it's all about that base 10, and the nickname is 16. Awesome job, guys. So let me get this going, and then we will be ready to continue our work with our good friend Turner selling some gum at the fair, because that's fun. All right, here we go. So, all right, I hope you can see. So yesterday we took a rectangle, made one whole rectangle, and then we had our circle piece of gum, a whole disc of gum that he could sell. And the next way, he told us this is what he wanted, that he wanted the bubble gum lengths, whole stick of bubble gum, a half a stick of bubble gum, third stick of bubble gum. So when we partition into thirds, we've done this in first grade and second grade. So there's some tricks to it, but Miss Street really likes to nix the tricks. But as I'm thinking right now, and it's okay, Miss Street, when I take a rectangle and partition it into thirds, I try to see, okay, so I've got to have 3 equal parts. 3 equal parts. So there's a trick to that where you can fold the paper, and that's okay to do it that way. But Miss Street really wants to maybe try to use my eyes and my perception to try to see. And that may not even be the best way, but that's the way Miss Street's going to show you. So when I partition into thirds, an important thing to show, and I'll just use one of these, is non-examples. So I know if I partitioned it like this, this is not 3 equal pieces. This is 1/3, 1/3, and 1/3. So you're telling me if I gave Zoe this piece of gum and Rebecca this piece of gum, how do you think that's going to go over? Not too good. So when we think about equal, we think about the same area and the same value as. And the area means the space that the partition or the is taken up. So I'm going to come around this way. I'm going to try. It may not be perfect, but I want it to be close. Maybe that looks sort of close. I'm gonna say it's okay. So this is 1/3, this is 1/3, and this is 1/3. But boys and girls, if you guys want to fold your rectangles, by George, you fold them because, like I said, you're going to want to keep these for future use because you're making your own fraction bars at home. Another thing Miss Street talked about is how we need to be thinking of a circle as a linear representation, or the relationship of a circle to linear things. And this really makes a lot of sense with Miss Street, especially for upper grade math. So this is where we ended yesterday. We took our string and I put the two ends together, and this is where they formed right here, because we took our string and we divided our string in half, and so that's how we got half right here, okay? So now I'm gonna do thirds. So I'm gonna take my washi tape off. And I told you yesterday, Miss Street's gonna stick with this for a long time probably, because this is huge for you guys to be able to know and do. So I might stay with this for a couple of days, and that's okay, because you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. You know, we can't just learn fractions overnight. We've got to have multiple exposures and experiences with it. And so that's what Miss Street's trying to do. So here's our string, and our string represents our whole circle, okay? So here's my string. I'm gonna try, again with my eagle eye, to partition it into thirds. So I'm going to take some washi tape. This is just tape Miss Street has at her house to do like scrapbooking and just draw and play with. So I'm going to try there. And the good thing about this is it's okay if it's not perfect at first. You can totally do it again. Take the tape up and just try again. So I mean, I feel okay about this. So what I'm saying is this amount of space has the same area as this amount of space, and this amount of space has the same area as this amount of space. So that is 3 equal parts. Ta-da! So I'm going to put my tape together here, and then I'm going to put my tape together here. Oh dear. I tore it, but it's okay. If you can't be real on live television, then I don't know. You just need to be real, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna take this string. Oh, I gotta connect my ends. So I'm gonna connect my end points here. I can do this. Yes, okay. So, and then I'm gonna line my string up. Now this might take me a second because it does need to be, and the tape keeps sticking to Miss Street, which is funny. Okay, so that's pretty close. So what I can see here is I can come down this way to the center of the circle, this way and this way. And so when I remove my string, I can complete it. But we can see that the area of this circle is, or the part is the same area as this part, same area as this part. So Miss Street wants to also show you that with a clock. So if I'm looking at this, I see I can make thirds. If it goes to the 12, it looks like it would go to the 4 and to the 8. So I'm going to look at this. I hope you can see this. So I'm going to look in between 12 and 4. I have 3 eggs, okay? If I look between 4 and 8, I have 3 eggs. If I look between 8 and 12, I have 3 eggs. So that's 3 equal shares. They all have the same, area. Perfect. So I'm going to try really hard to get to fourths because Miss Street talks too much. So when I partition into fourths, you know, we can again do this. I know that halves and fourths are in the same kind of related fraction family. So I know I can start in half. Do you know how to partition a half into fourths? Yes, we take half of a half. Miss Street's just doing it with her eyeballs. Half of a half is a fourth. So this is 1/4. This is 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4 of the whole piece of gum. So to show that with my circle, hello, I'm going to get my string. I'm going to quickly take this tape off if I can. Come on, tape. Get over there. Okay. So here's my string. Again, my string goes all the way around my circle perfectly. I'm going to partition it into 4 equal parts. And I'm going to start with half. That's half my circle. Then I'm going to take each half and half it in half. And that will give me 4 equal areas or 4 equal parts, equal shares. I mean, I think that's pretty close. It's not perfect. So I'm going to pick it up. This is 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. And you know what? That's also called a quarter. 1/4 can also be called a quarter. And when we get into second grade telling with money, that's coming up soon, we're going to make those connections too with our fractions and our clocks with a quarter. Isn't that cool? It all connects. Okay, so now I'm going to take this circle and I'm going to connect my 2 ends here. I told you I'm going to go slow. Slow is good. Okay, so I'm going to try to put this around my circle the best I can. My tape quit sticking. Sticky tape. I mean, what else do you expect it to do? It's supposed to be sticky, right? Okay, so here I can see. Come on, string. Cooperate with Miss Street. Be cooperative. That's close enough. Okay, so I can see if I connect my tape, I can connect here to here and here to here. And if I move this, I can see that I have partitioned my circle into 4 equal parts. I didn't label these, my bad. These were thirds. Whoa, the street is trying to write upside down crooked. This is a 4th. This is a 4th. And what that means is that this takes up the same amount of space as this takes up, and all of them take up. And so again, if we look at that with our clock, basically it looks like pointing to the 12, the 3, the 9, and the, you guessed it, 6. Because like Miss Ramsey taught us in 1st grade, when we go half past, we are at the 6. So let's look at this. Let's look what's in between 12 and 3. 2. Between 3 and 6, 2. Between 6 and 9, 2. Between 9 and 12, 2. So I can see I have 4 equal shares. Woo! Or 4 equal parts. So, Ms. Street, thanks you for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow unless I have another colleague that wants to take over. But I like doing 3rd grade because I get to work with some good friends. Jennifer Real and Stephanie Rowland and other teachers around the county are helping out too. So I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I hope I'm making great connections for you. We will see you tomorrow with K3 Math. So have a great day.